Hey folks, welcome back for Career Mode Series Episode 5. We're building a tanker that fits in the starter base. It'll probably be a couple episodes before I use this thing, but I want to preemptively build it so when we start running low on fuel, I can just spawn it in and do a fuel run. If you watched the last episode, you'll remember we basically got the engine to run and the boat to move, and that's about it. It has no stabilization or anything, so that will be needed before we use it. First though, we're going to work on the commodity tank and pumps. I'm looking to do a majority of the work on this thing in this episode. Career modes always start out very build heavy for me since I like to build new vehicles for every new world I make. It is a bit of reinventing the wheel at times, but hey, this is a building game after all. Let me know if you prefer a time-lapse build or this stupid AI voice talking it through. I'd love to just record myself, but time and space are against me at the moment. Also, leave a like if you want to see more videos like this one. Comment if there's any suggestions you may have for the channel, and subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to be notified of new content. I think we'll hook up the monitor I made for my hero rescue boat to the middle screen. We'll put this right here. It's free real estate. Now we just need to hook up the nodes. We'll hook up the composite first. Now the fuel to the liquid meter. The engine temp comes right off of my engine MC. The throttle will come from this little absolute block. You know, on second thought, let's have the throttle come straight in from the helm. I don't remember if I put a compass down or not. We'll need that for the bearing. Anyways, let's figure out which battery is the main battery and which one is the auxiliary. I don't think I have a compass on here yet, so here goes. Now RPS. And now we need a speed sensor. Finally, we hook up the video connection to the monitor. For now, we have a ton of switches and dials. I don't think we'll need all of these, but I like to make enough room for a lot because I find that easier to organize than not having enough space to put all the toggles and dials for a system together. I try to make my instrument panels intuitive. Alright, one panel is set up for a microcontroller. Let's search up my MC for that panel. It's always fun trying to figure out where I want to stash all my logic. Do I want it in the fuel tank to maximize fuel capacity? Do I want to hide it in its own little box? Do I want it easily accessible for repair? It's free real estate. I think I'll go ahead and keep the superfluous switches. I'll find a use for them all someday. Maybe. I'll get these hooked up, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we got things hooked up and some bilge pumps installed. We'll need to install some ventilation to make sure no pressure shenanigans prevent us from moving fuel. I think the best way to go with the vents is just straight up through the deck. I think that should be enough vents to keep up with the large pumps. Now let's put the ports in, install the gas filters, and pipe it up. Okay, vents installed. Now let's get this commodity tank and its systems hooked up and ready to go. Okay, I may have gotten ever so slightly, possibly, theoretically, sidetracked. Let's test some ballast. Hey look, squirrel. Looks like the panel didn't get connected right. That's why. I was thinking about daisy chaining the panels to cut down on MC nodes, but then decided I didn't want to make yet another MC for a specific set of panels, since this build will have plenty of room for that type of stuff. Alright, moment of truth. Does it yet live? Yes. Yes, it does. Nav lights work. Bilge pumps work. Deck lights work. Awesome. So yeah, I guess I'm working on the wheelhouse for now. Once we get done with this, maybe we'll finish up the commodity tank. Who knows? Not me. I'm going to label the seat inputs. A nice little thing to do. Always nice to have a cheat sheet for when you forget how you set up your boat. Even though I do it the same way every single time. You know what this boat needs? Paint. I'm thinking some industrial-looking dark green. I'll throw some other random colors in there as we go along. We'll see what we can come up with. Okie dokie. Let's see how she looks in the world with her new paint. I've done it again. Alrighty. Only 2 physics flutters in this thing. Commodity tank or fuel tank. Cast your votes, gentlemen. Well, that would do it. MC's not sealing the top of the tank. We'll just take these and slap them down in front of the commodity tank. Alrighty, let's try this again. Can go through hatch. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Prime the engine. Wait 1 eternity. Start the engine. Let's see what this thing can do. Wheelies. It can do wheelies. I think that warrants some gear changes to prevent the engine from stalling. Also, we'll need a stabilizing system pretty soon. Let's see how changing the gears affects us. Once more into the giant bathtub. Green light. Engine start. Let's try it out. Not as bad of a wheelie, and the engine didn't stall out this time either. Improvement. Let's hook up the rudder and see if we can start taking this thing out a little further. It'll help me see how this thing will react to control input. Let's see how we fare this time. I'm looking forward to using this thing for a fuel run. I always enjoy the beginning of career saves because of the building and the simplicity of the builds. Somewhat refreshing after spending a while on some more detailed or complex builds. My career builds always end up being kind of minimalist on the decorations to save on money, and usually a little less complex because I like a little bit of switch flipping and button pushing to keep me occupied. Never really saw the point in setting up anything close to fully autonomous. A heading hold or an altitude hold is useful, but any more than that kind of drains the fun out of it for me. Okay, engine's running. Time to save. The back end really put on some weight after the engine went in. Ballast may need to move forward just a bit. There she is. Isn't she a beaut? The boat is really light when not carrying anything. The back end is heavy from the engine, and the thrust is coming from way down low on the hull. All those factors cause it to wheelie. There's some work to be done for sure, but I like the start we have on this thing. Let's go back before we sink or something and have to swim back. I drive by faith, not by sight. Let's take some of the weight out of the rear and see if that makes it sail better. Time to do the startup routine yet again. Get in, go down, flip switch, wait for light, turn key, climb up, grab helm, and go. Really some exciting stuff. We're listing now. I'm sure it'll be fine. Definitely needs more weight. This thing is so light, I think it just about reverses gravity around. Let's take it back in and polish it a little, then we'll bring this episode to a close. Alrighty, I'll end it here for now. We'll see if we continue with this build, or if we want to go do another mission or two. As far as this build, we still need to connect the pumps and get a stabilization system on it, and work out the ballast a little more. I'll probably get this to a working state for the first fuel run, and improve it little by little as we go. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this episode. See you next time.